A drinks package can easily add $1,000 or more to the cost of your 7-night cruise. They become popular and cruise lines push cruisers hard to buy them, arguing they're great value. But are they really? And who exactly should and should not be buying them and why? I'm Gary Remridge. I decided to make this after seeing how much I was able to help Richard, a new to cruise friend, planning a cruise on Holland America to celebrate his wedding anniversary. I helped him avoid falling into traps that so many cruisers do when it comes to drinks packages. Here's what I told him to consider and those tricks, traps and mistakes to avoid. Overall, I advised he should be skeptical because cruise lines are businesses and we've got to assume that drinks packages bring in more revenue and are more profitable than passengers buying drinks ad hoc. Or of course, they simply wouldn't offer them. However, I said he should balance that by consider if knowing exactly how much he would be spending by paying for drinks package up front and not having the hassle of having to sign for drinks every time would actually make his trip more enjoyable. With all that in mind, here's the specific traps I took Richard through. First, I suggested a few checks to see if a drinks package made sense. Unlike falling the trap, the lines project that it is the best and only value option. I encouraged him to start with an online drinks package calculator. There's one on cruisely.com and another on cruisemummy.co.uk. They're a great start for thinking through how much he and his wife will likely drink, and then it actually compares if buying drinks individually or a drinks package makes most sense. However, they both tend to compare the top tier packages, and most lines have a range of packages with different inclusions and different brands covered. So I said he needed to dive in deeper before he decided. On Holland America, he can choose from a roughly $60 a day elite package, $55 a day signature package, $18 a day quench package with only non-alcoholic drinks, and so on. So I suggested Richard next he considers the impact of the itinerary on what and how much they would use each of those drinks packages that he chose. They're going on a port-intensive Western Mediterranean cruise with just one sea day and will be doing 7 to 9 hour excursions to Rome, Florence, Cinque Terre. So he's likely to use less of the packages because he's off the ship a lot, possibly lots of early nights after long, tiring days. But if they were going on a repositioning cruise with mostly sea days, they may end up drinking and using the drinks package more. As his wife drinks less, he was hoping to get different packages for each of them, but therein lies another trap and problem. Cruise lines require as standard that everybody in the cabin of drinking age, which is 21 for lines sailing out of the US, but 18 in most other regions, everybody has to buy the same drinks package. Holland America certainly had this rule, so if he wants the elite package, his wife must have the same, usually. However, if one of the party doesn't drink alcohol at all, by speaking to the line, they will usually allow that person to have the non-alcoholic drinks package option. Before deciding which package, I also strongly encourage them to look very carefully at the rules and inclusions as they include many tricks and traps, catching out even frequent cruises as they do differ by line and do and can change. I even slipped up this year by not double checking the detail and making assumptions based on past cruises. I tend to go for the non-alcoholic packages, which I really like because they include specialty coffees from most of the cruise line coffee shops. But I hadn't double checked and found once on board that Starbucks was not covered by my drinks package on neither my Norwegian Viva nor my Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Sea cruises. So with the devil in the details, here are a few key things I told Richard to look out for whenever he's looking at drinks packages. First of all, they usually have a set number of drinks covered by the package per day. For example, Holland America covers only 15 drinks per day. But proving that checking the specifics is key. On the elite package, it's 15 alcoholic drinks and as many non-alcoholic drinks. But on the signature package, it's 15 of any type of drink in total. Secondly, those 15 drinks only cover those on the menu up to a certain price. On Holland America, it covers drinks on the menus up to $15 for the elite package, but only $11 on the signature one. And by the way, you can then pay the difference for drinks that you order that cost above that. On Celebrity, by the way, it's drinks up to $17, on Carnival $20, on Royal Caribbean it's just $14, so you do need to check. Some lines also offer discounts for items that are not covered by the package, so more fancy wines, for example, you get a discount on normally. Thirdly, I told Richard he can only order one drink at a time. Lines do that to stop cruisers having one drinks package and sharing it then with friends. Fourthly, like on most lines, Holland America packages do not include the drinks in the minibar, those ordered from room service, freshly squeezed juice, nor on their Half Moon Cay private island. Of course, the last one not affecting him because they're doing a Mediterranean cruise this time. From what I can see, by the way, the Carnival Corporation private islands do not let you use drinks packages on their private islands, but on Royal Caribbean, on some of theirs, they can. So basically, the message is always check. Some packages don't include bottles of water, for example. So if you're looking to get bottles of water for your room or to take on an excursion, you also need to check if those are or are not included. Although it's not relevant to Holland America, I also always recommend when choosing between packages to check if they include any house brands and not premium brands, because different packages on different lines do and don't include those. If you're fussy about the brand of beer, spirit or wine, that could be a deciding factor in which of the packages on the line is right for you. Some lines I feel are better at listing those. So for example, I think the Norwegian Cruise Line's online flyer is excellent because it shows all of the brands that are covered in the drinks package. Fifthly, I told Richard to check if the price quoted per day includes service charge gratuity or not. Most, including Holland America, do not, and so the price charge will be increased by 18% or 20% depending on the line. I stressed, of course, that means he will not get charged gratuity every time he orders a drink because he already paid it. If he was buying drinks ad hoc, 18% would be auto added. Holland America, like several other lines these days, offers a more all-inclusive bundle. Theirs is called Have It All, and it combines a drinks package with other amenities, Wi-Fi, specialty dining, and excursion credits. Richard wondered if that was going to be a better option than buying the drinks and other items individually. By the way, Celebrity has always included, Princess has Princess Plus and Princess Premier. Norwegian has just, as I record this, revamped theirs to what's now called More at Sea package. But many lines have these kind of all-inclusive packages. So the watch out I had for Richard, though, is never assume that the drinks package included in those bundles are what he needs, as many of the lines don't have the best and most comprehensive package. You must check what the specific package that is included. In his case, the Holland America Have It All package, while having only basic Wi-Fi, does have the best package, the Elite Drinks package. But I'm just back off Celebrity Eclipse Canada and New England cruise, where the always included bundle that I bought just had the classic and not the premium drinks package, which actually was fine for me and my needs, but others people on the trip with me, they didn't find it suitable and actually had to then pay for an upgrade to the better package. Another thing that I mentioned to him for future cruises, because it didn't affect him on this cruise, is before committing to a drinks package is to check what perks or included drinks are going to be within their fare, and don't get trapped into buying a package if you're actually not going to need it. He's actually going in a balcony cabin and doesn't have any loyalty perks, but in the future, how he cruises may mean there is no need for a package. For example, when I went on those Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas cruises I mentioned, as I was diamond level thanks to Royal Caribbean Group combining loyalty points, I got 4 drinks per day as a perk, which is more than enough for what I needed on that cruise, so I didn't really need a drinks package. When going on more premium lines like, say, Viking, they include soft drinks, especially coffees and wine and beer with meals, so it may not be worth getting a package unless the included beers and wines are not to your liking. But especially, I mentioned to him, if he's ever cruising in a suite, the in-suite or lounge inclusions may be enough too. For example, on Cunard Queen's Grill suites, while the drinks are not included in standard in the fare, they are in some promotional offers. What you do get is a mini bar with soft drinks and mixers, and you can choose to have 2 large bottles of spirits within your fare. So that may be enough, and you just then buy occasional ad hoc drinks when you're out and about. After reviewing this, Richard decided drinks package was right for them. My next advice was to buy it before the cruise via the cruise personalizer and not get trapped into paying more once on board. Cruise lines discount the drinks package if it's bought before boarding. It looks like this could be up to 20% in his case. Having decided to get one, I encouraged Richard to get their money's worth out of the package. Now, I wasn't encouraging them to get drunk every day and to do excess every day. But like most cruises, he was focusing on the alcoholic drink side of the package. But I reminded him he could get bottled sodas, he could get energy drinks, especially teas, coffees, smoothies, in his case bottles of water, hot chocolates, fancy coffees after dinner like Irish coffee. So to get the most, I suggested that he make sure to use the full range of the package and not just focus on the alcoholic drinks. Now, if you have any other tips and watch outs of drinks packages, leave them in the comments and join me over in this video where I explore the incredible resources that I use to make every trip epic, including the one indispensable resource that hardly anyone knows about. See you over there.